The Bible assassin who hid a sword in his pants. There's a story in the Bible that most Sunday school teachers skip. And honestly, I get it. Because what I'm about to tell you involves a hidden weapon, a very fat king, and one of the most graphic assassinations ever recorded in ancient history. This isn't a parable, it's not a metaphor. It's a political hit job, and it's buried right there in the book of Judges. If stories like this, the ones they don't teach in church, are your thing, go ahead and hit subscribe. We're digging up these hidden Bible stories every week, and trust me, this one's just the beginning. All right, let's get into it. So here's the setup. Ancient Israel is under foreign occupation. They've been conquered by a guy named Eglon, the king of Moab, and he's been squeezing them for tribute payments for 18 years. 18 years of humiliation, 18 years of taxes, 18 years of bowing to a foreign ruler while your own people suffer. And then, God raises up a deliverer. His name is Ehud. Now, the text makes a point to tell us something specific about Ehud. He's left-handed, which in ancient times, that's not just a fun fact, that's a tactical advantage. Because back then, everyone wore their sword on the left hip. You draw it with your right hand, that's just how it was done. But Ehud, he's about to flip the script, literally. Here's the plan. Ehud straps a double-edged sword, about 18 inches long, to his right thigh, under his clothes, where no one would think to check. Then he volunteers to deliver Israel's tribute payment to King Eglon. He walks right into enemy territory, past the guards, into the palace. And here's where it gets wild. After handing over the money, Ehud starts to leave. But then he turns back and says, "Actually, Your Majesty, I have a secret message for you, from God." Now Eglon is intrigued. He dismisses all his attendants, clears the room. It's just the two of them now, alone in his private upper chamber. Big mistake. Ehud steps closer. He says again, "I have a message from God for you." And Eglon, this guy is described in the text as very fat, by the way, which becomes important in a second. Eglon stands up from his throne. That's when Ehud reaches with his left hand to his right thigh and draws the blade. One thrust, straight into the king's belly. And here's the part that makes this feel like a Tarantino movie. The Bible says the sword went in so deep that the handle disappeared into the fat. The blade went all the way through. Ehud couldn't even pull it back out, so he just leaves it there. Now, you'd think this is where the guards rush in, right? Nope. Ehud locks the doors from the inside, slips out through a side porch, and casually walks away. Meanwhile, the guards are standing outside wondering why the king is taking so long. They wait and wait. Eventually, they're like, he must be using the bathroom. I'm not making this up. That's actually in the text. They assumed he was relieving himself. By the time they finally unlock the door and find him dead on the floor, Ehud is long gone. He escapes to the hill country, blows a trumpet, and rallies the Israelites. They seize the moment. They cut off the Moabite supply lines. They strike while the enemy is in chaos. And just like that, the occupation collapses. Israel gets 80 years of peace after this. All because one left-handed guy with a hidden sword did what no one expected. So what's the point of this insane story? I think it's this. Deliverance doesn't always look the way you think it will. Ehud wasn't a priest. He wasn't a prophet. He wasn't some giant war hero. He was just a guy with a disability that turned into an advantage when it mattered most. Sometimes the solution to an impossible situation is hidden where no one's looking. Sometimes the person no one expects becomes the one who changes everything. And if you want more stories like this, the ones that make you realize the Bible is way wilder than anyone told you, make sure you're subscribed to Hidden Bible Stories, because we're just getting started.